Once again, the Chiefs lose a regular season football game to the Buffalo Bills, who have become a pain in their side during the regular season. But at the end of the day, it usually allows the Chiefs the time to figure out what they need to fix, how they're going to go about the offensive line, the run game, the passing concepts, the defense going forward to make the proper adjustments. We just don't like seeing Patrick Mahomes getting hit as many times as he did against these Bills. Now, is one of the answers the Chiefs run game? I actually saw a tweet, a breakdown from Mitchell Schwartz on Twitter. You guys should go check it out, talking about how some of their outside zone run plays are not coached or executed well enough by the running backs. So today we're going to talk about the Chiefs run game, what it's going to actually take to get that off the ground, what they're best at, and really if Brashard Smith can be one of the answers specifically to the outside zone game. But like I said, we are going to talk about all of that and more here on RGR Football. My name is Daniel Harms, senior film analyst, and all about the Chiefs losing in Buffalo. One of the main takeaways was Patrick Mahomes didn't play very well. Obviously, I don't think he played as well as normally. Obviously, the stats also back that up. I also don't think he played as poorly as the stats, which we will talk about as well. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that sub button right now. Become a member here at Rogue Nation and allow me to earn a like from you guys as we dive into the film room, which is this. That's what this day is all about. Wednesday is the film room. And we're going to start with this play from the Chiefs down inside the 20-yard line. Again, this one is an outside zone concept, and I want to showcase this because this is a little bit of what Mitchell Schwartz was talking about. The Chiefs have Worthy out here. They're going to bring him on a jet sweep motion. And then again, outside zones usually based on the angle of the attack of the running back. So we see here, but again, you watch everybody kind of block down, offensive line all trying to get to that right side. Then you're going to notice one of the Buffalo Bills is going to come downhill a little bit here aggressively and try to get underneath one of the blocks. And that's really where this turns a little bit for Kareem Hunt. But honestly, you'd still probably like to see him attack that outside. One of the things that one of the points that Schwartz made is when you're running outside zone, and again, we're going to see this on the end zone angle, you're trying to attack outside with aggressiveness, with acceleration, with speed. And regardless of the running back's speed, it's all about getting that angle correct. So a lot of people are going to say, well, Kareem Hunt doesn't have the speed to attack outside zone. It's not true. It's all about the angle with which you do so. So really nice job here from Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey, going to get that double team right here. And then at the end of the play, not really the end, but Trey Smith is going to do a nice job of getting to that guy who's coming downhill, right? He sees him at the last second. Kareem also sees him flash. So this play's blocked up very well multiple ways, as we can see right here. He's got the option, right, to keep kind of tracking this way because there are blocks out here. And I think that you can also see, you know, the Bills had at least an outside player here. But if we see Kareem Hunt kind of continue on this arc and then go right here with Travis Kelce getting another good block like he did on the very first play of the game that opened up the play for Kareem Hunt that should have taken it outside. Go back and watch that play. Go watch Mitchell Schwartz's breakdown. It's very good. But this is one of the situations where, okay, fine. He puts his feet in the dirt. He gets upfield. And then I always love watching Kingsley on these run plays. Watch what he does here first. You're going to see him, again, execute that double team. Snap out. Okay, fine. We're going to go to the second level. Boom. We're going to get on Matt Milano. And we're just going to take him that way. We are going to take him where he wants to go. He wants to say that inside leverage. Fine. We're going to keep going. We're going to stay connected, and we're going to go put you in the dirt. So all in all, I think this is one of the things that Mitchell Schwartz was talking about where you see a flash of blue or a flash of whoever it is from the opposite side through, and they are immediately the Chiefs running backs that are typically Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt are bringing it right inside. They are stopping. And this is one of the situations where you do see them do a nice job of opening up that hole, by being aggressive to the outside, but be also having that cutback lane there. So I'm interested to see what this means going forward after the bye. Maybe we'll see some coaching. Maybe because Mitchell Schwartz tweeted about it, broke it down, we'll see something a little bit differently. But there are no questions about where Kareem Hunt makes his money. He is the best short yardage back in football. And I know people are going to point to the 1 yard carry that he got, right, where he didn't score. The right side, Travis Kelce, Jamon Taylor got absolutely caved in, and he's trying to get from intentionally. He's going from right to left because of the way that it was broken down. But this is one of those plays that I really appreciate, where it's a different way to get to inside zone. And the Chiefs are going to be in shotgun. They take Travis Kelce and they're going to motion him out from left to the inside right here. So again, you think this is going to look like split zone. And for those of you that don't know, split zones where you bring this tight end from this side out here and he blocks this side, but the offensive line's blocking in the opposite direction. So typically that's what split zone looks like, but Travis is going to actually stop and then wind back on this block here. They're all moving to the right. So you've got inside zone blocks here. Really, Kareem looks like intentionally wise, he's looking right here, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to intentionally look with your eyes that way. That's another reason they run it this way, is a little bit of misdirection almost. They are still getting to inside zone, but it's through a different pathway. You can see the different ways that we have the Bills players reacting to this run. So nice job from the Chiefs offensive line. Again, got double teams right here, and then Kareem Hunt finds a crease between the right guard and the center, which is really how he's able to process. The vision that he has to read blocks inside is very good. It's one of the reasons he's become the best short yardage back in football. But again, look at the double teams. Look at how they are just executing here. They push this guy away completely. And even, Kingsley Suamataia right there getting on the double team action. You got someone come across the face. They do a nice job there. He gets Kareem Hunt gets skinny, and he gets 6 yards on this play. Positive yards. Okay. I tweeted about it too. I don't think the Chiefs ran the ball enough, but they only had 2 plays in the first half when they ran the football with the running back that were less than 4 yards. Every time you get a 4-yard gain, it is a positive play. It's totally okay to continue to do that, to be efficient. 4-yard carries are efficient in the run game. And specifically, I think the Bills wanted them to run the football. So I'm not entirely sure why that was a whole run away from it, right? It felt like the same thing when Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran for over 100 yards against these Bills back in 2020, right? Like that was, or 2021, one of those 2 years. It was more of a cold weather game and it was rainy, but still, I wanted to see a little bit more of that in this football game, and more for Brashard Smith on the outside. But here the Chiefs come out in 13 personnel. We have under center, a nice run play here, and they're going to run a little bit of split zone from under center, and they just get Kareem Hunt out rolling. They have not done a great job of making guys miss. Kareem Hunt is not the stop and start athlete in space anymore that he used to be. He's far more of a broken tackle kind of player. And we know Isaiah Pacheco just brings guys with him when he goes. He doesn't make guys miss at all. It's not really his game. Brashard Smith can do that. I am wondering why they don't let him run on plays like this personally. But let's get to the play breakdown itself. So again, 13 personnel, 1, 2, 3 tight ends. You have more of a stack formation on the left side here of what we're seeing. I'm going to take Travis Kelce, motion him now to the other side of the formation. Still have under center. We're going to get Noah Gray coming out, going on his split zone block right here. So this is what I was talking about with split zone. You take that tight end, he comes across the formation with the offensive line doing it differently. You got down blocks here, and then you're going to have more come across, help out with Kingsley on the down block, and then get to the next level. Jamon Taylor helps Joey Bosa just go up the field, which is what he's looking for. And then Trey Smith, again, hand on that player, gets to the next level. And then you also have a nice block here from Robert Tonyan, who's going to go here and get in space and have to make a choice, right? He sees Poyer come downhill, and he kind of understands that Kareem Hunt's best traits, right, are to get to the next level. So he's instead of going here, he's going to cut his path off and go that way and take on the inside block of Jordan Poyer, who's trying to come underneath. And Kareem Hunt gets into space and carries guy for 13 yards. So we see how the run game can be effective, right? Kareem is still the best vision-based back in Kansas City. I know people are going to say, well, they missed Isaiah Pacheco in this game. I don't know if they really missed Pacheco in this game because they didn't have enough carries to go around, regardless of him being in there or not. The whole Clyde Edwards-Helaire of it all makes no sense to me, but it's not because the Chiefs aren't good in the run game. I still think that, as Mitchell Schwartz talked about on Twitter, this might be more of a coaching change needed. we might need to see a little bit more, especially if the Chiefs want to run more outside zone. I think we need to see a Sean McVay somebody or a Kyle Shanahan somebody come in and be a running backs coach. The running backs coach for the Chiefs is a former wide receiver. I know Andy Reid likes to get everyone experience, but right now we're not seeing, I think, the level of detail from the outside zone game, plus the run game coordination isn't there either. So I would like to see a little more variation in that. But what I like about this is that we saw Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice in the backfield multiple times in this football game. They're going to take Xavier, motion him out. So he goes out into a stack formation to the right side, and the Chiefs are going to want a little bit of counter. You got down block here. Everyone's going to kind of down block. Kingsley's going to come over, block out, and then Travis is going to follow inside. So this is that counter, the GY counter. We say GY because it's guard and the Y tight end. Typically, your Y tight end is detached from the offensive line. Travis Kelce, as you can see, is behind the tackle right here off the line of scrimmage. So he is the effective Y tight end. So you've got that counter. So they say that too because, you know, Kareem Hunt is kind of coming this way initially, but he's going to follow around here. So you have intentionality to the left, and then they go to the right. Nice job on Rousseau. I mean, as a puller, you're just trying not to get thrown to the ground, right? So stand up the player. He comes off the block, makes the tackle, but you'd like to see Kingsley get a little bit more leverage, not necessarily up here on the chest or on the shoulder pads. You see how high he does come down, but he explodes up instead of out. So on a pull like this, he is a good athlete. He can get moving downhill. You want to see him kind of drive through that block a little bit and get a little bit more on this this inside shoulder, kind of turn to this inside shoulder right there, so you can actually create more of a lane so that Travis Kelce can get up here on Bernard, and then you have a pretty easy path for Kareem Hunt to get into space, who would have gotten more yards if Kingsley would have done a little bit better job on that block. But we're seeing zone, we're seeing power, we're seeing some counter. Overall, I think every time we do see the Chiefs commit to running the football, some good things have happened. But some of the details, like we saw in the outside zone play, I think maybe Kareem Hunt himself also doesn't believe that he has the juice to get outside. Maybe that's impacting. Again, that's more speculation on my part. But typically, a veteran running back in Kareem Hunt who knows his reads. And again, I encourage you to go watch Mr. Schwartz's breakdown. I'm not going to take his work. I'm not going to do it on here either because he's great at what he does. Obviously, a former offensive lineman, but he shouldn't be missing reads. He should not be doing that. So for me, that comes back to coaching. Like, he's being coached. As soon as you see inside, and you don't know if you have an angle, you just cut it up inside. So just something to monitor going forward. Hopefully after the bye, we see something different. Now the Chiefs come out here in 12 personnel, and they're going to run a little bit from this one's the Clyde Edwards-Helaire run to the left-hand side. And they got 12 personnel. They're going to take Noah Gray. He's going to come down, and they're going to have an RPO tag on this side. Again, this is what the Chiefs do a ton of with the RPO tags. Travis is going to come up here and find space and settle down, which is always what he does, just in case, if Patrick doesn't like the look for Clyde here, he just pulls it and throws it to one of these two guys on the right-hand side. Again, reading Rousseau first. He's maintaining leverage there. He's not crashing down, so Patrick doesn't have to pull the football. Clyde actually got 7 yards on this run. The first one was not his fault. Juwan Taylor got abused. He got beat easily for a negative 2-yard gain. So this wasn't actually a bad performance from Clyde. He only had 2 rushes again, but this is why, I think he's here. I don't know why Elijah Mitchell is, but I want you to watch Kingsley Suamataia once again here, because I really think he's starting to flourish. I don't think he was perfect in this game. Watch him cave in this double team right there. Look at him just cave it in and then get on Bernard. He doesn't maintain that. And that's where I think the leverage stuff we saw with the puller, he's not easy to maintain on smaller guys that are a little bit more able to kind of undercut blocks like Bernard is right here. So one fantastic job from caving in that double team and then creating this giant hole over here. I would like to see him stop putting his head down like he is right here on this block. If you keep your head up so you can see where number 8 is going right here. Like, if you actually do that, you're going to maintain that block a little bit more. So you're going to drive down, and this would have been a much bigger gain. But unfortunately, Jalen Moore doesn't stay on his block as long. Either doesn't get that inside leverage on the defensive end here. So you want to maintain Joey Bosa on the inside. You want to attack this part right here. As a down block, you want to try to work this and turn him away from the play. Again, this is what this is supposed to look like. The Bills were asking the Chiefs to run the football. They were asking them to run the football. They didn't do it. They did not answer the bell. I do wonder if they see the bill, if they do answer the call, because I would imagine they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to ask the Chiefs to run the ball. And if you don't execute, if you don't do that, then we see problems. So now I'm off my soapbox about the run game. Okay. I do think they did some good things inside. A couple of things outside zone wise that are interesting. Maybe the run game needs a little bit of a change. Maybe we need to see, again, better running backs in Kansas City for sure. I still think Brashard Smith needs more actual touches in the run game itself, outside zone. Some things let him get in space to make guys miss. I want to see that more. But to my point from Sunday after the game, where I thought the Bills were doing a nice job of playing man coverage and driving on things underneath to force Patrick Mahomes to hold the football the extra second, and then the tackles were losing. Here's my point on that. They were being grabby. I have no problem with them being grabby. If you're going to be grabby and get away with it, that's fine. Xavier really starts in the backfield. He motions out to a stack formation here with Juju Smith-Schuster, who's running this just deep out. And then Xavier, I mean, I'll be honest, he doesn't do a great job effort-wise on this play. Releases up, inside out on the whip route. Maxwell Hairston, who's in coverage on him right here, is going to get grabby. Rashee Rice down here at the bottom of your screen is going to run basically just a seam and then stop into that spot as well. Travis Kelce is going to kind of wait release, and he's going to come outside, go out, and then find his way upfield. So we're going to watch at the top of the route here from Xavier Worthy, who stops again right there. He's held. Right here, he's being held. This is clear as day. It's a hold. No problem. Travis Kelce is also being held a little bit here too on the out route. So Patrick is looking here, right? He's looking at this player first. He's reading this guy first. He sees the rotation from the safety back here, or from Benford right there. So he's trying to get the ball to Rashee Rice next. The problem becomes the pressure gets in his face. So this play itself is not indicative of everything. We're going to see one more here in a second. But what I want you to notice is that Trey Smith is just going to get beat right here. So they're going to do a half slide. Creed Humphrey is going to move or rotate to his left. So it's a 3-man slide. You got 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And Trey Smith is not going to do a good job sliding to his player. Like, this is just you have outside leveraged number 99, and he just kind of stays put. Watch his feet. He doesn't attack him. He doesn't get depth. He just gets beat across the face right here with a little slap, and then he can't move. This is just a bad rep from Trey Smith. You need to give Patrick a pocket. And I know people are going to complain about him getting hit on this play. I don't care about him getting hit. He got hit a lot in this game, but most of it was because the offensive line didn't do a very good job, and the tackles didn't do their job. So Bills were grabby at the top of routes. Okay, fine. In man coverage, that's not something that you can defend or you can scheme open, I will say. However, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, all of them need to do a better job of defeating hands in man coverage. Chop down, a little bit of hesitations. I think the biggest thing for Xavier right now is that he does need more work as a release player. He's also not feeling 100% in my mind. He looks very uncomfortable out there. So, and this is the 4th down play where they failed. This is what the Chiefs do a ton. It is, hey, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, find space. And that's exactly what they do. This is actually a very smart job by the Bills. They are going to put Bishop right here just on the outside shoulder of Rashee Rice first. He's going to get a little bit of depth to Travis Kelce, but he's never looking away from Patrick Mahomes. He's never looking away because this is what they do in a lot of these short yardage situations. So he's immediately driving on the short throw, and there it is. Now, if you look to the top of the screen, Xavier Worthy is going to be wide ass open. They rotate down right here. They're going to rotate down and rotate out. So there's going to be a wide open player here. And Patrick, seeing just the little hesitation shift here from Bishop because Travis Kelce is moving into his spot here, that's what he's reading. But the problem becomes when you know what's coming, you can trigger on motions. You can trigger on Patrick right there, stopping and throwing, trigger on everything. My issue is the play before, the 3rd and 3. They should have just ran the ball if they're going to go for it on 4th down. I actually tweeted about that clip. You guys can go see that on Twitter as well. It's just we do this every time. So not a huge fan of doing the same thing over and over again. I understand why they do it because they are very good at it. But overall, what we understand about Patrick Mahomes is that he needs a little bit of time in the pocket past his first read. And a lot of times with Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce, it's do this little spot route and then get open. This is not his fault. This is just play call. It's what it is. So they knew the Chiefs were going to do that on that 4th down play, and this is what becomes of it. But overall, this is really where I think the Chiefs, the Bills actually showed their hand and why they had a really good defensive game plan. So the Chiefs come here out in 12 personnel. Travis Kelce is running a little spot route here. Noah Gray is running the deep corner route. You've got Juju Smith-Schuster out here with this, and then Kareem Hunt out here. Okay. They dared the Chiefs to throw the football deep, to get past your first read, to get it down the field, right, to that corner. And that's what they did, right? They wanted to. Patrick's looking right first. All right, fine. We have safety rotation. So he's reading that, right? His eyes are going here first. We have this safety down, and this safety now is rotating to the top. So he rotates out that way. Patrick knows that once he sees that movement, this area is open. So he needs a half second longer to make this throw. He doesn't have the time. So right now, Patrick needs to feel that pressure. He does feel it, but he still wants to get this football to Noah Gray. Really what he probably should do and what he would have done last year, because he was wired to do so, is check this down to Kareem Hunt. That's all you do. Let him work in space, okay? That's what this should have been, and unfortunately, it wasn't. You have one player here who's supposed to be on Kareem Hunt. That wasn't happening. He was probably going to get a first down on this play if you check it down. At worst, we're talking about manageable 3rd and short. So all in all, I like the aggressiveness from the Chiefs, and I want them to keep doing that. And this is a good route by Noah Gray. It's a very good route. Jawan Taylor just gets beat like a drum just early, just a touch early. So Jawan Taylor struggled. We know Jalen Moore struggled because Gregory Rousseau had himself a day with 9 pressures in this football game. So Patrick wants to throw this football. He wants desperately to throw it. And look at Kingsley. Guys, I'm going to take a second here. To just shine a spotlight. No, that's not him. Right there on Kingsley Suamataia, who takes Michael Hoyt and says, "Thank you, hello to the ground." That is a perfect snatch trap. It's perfect. It's beautiful. There are 3 different times I have spotlighted Kingsley on this breakdown. He's playing really good football. Really good football. So just keep that in mind. Last play here. This is a 3rd and 7. I did tweet this one too, but I thought it was important that we talk about it together so you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right. I understand this is the second half, by the way. I understand the tackles have been getting beat. I get that. I fully acknowledge that. I don't care. Patrick cannot leave this pocket right now. It's a perfect pocket. He can't leave it. I understand he probably sees a little flash. All right, fine. I want you to watch Xavier Worthy right here. Just a go route merchant, right? Okay. He's on Christian Benford, their best cornerback, by the way. Oh, buddy. He just leaves him in the dust. This is a perfect stop and out route from Xavier Worthy. It's beautiful. He commits to the inside, stops, and gets out. And boom, he's wide ass open. Sold it with his eyes, right? Eyes come around right here. Looking back to the quarterback. All right, fine. And then he pivots, sinks his hips, and gets out of the break. Wide open. That's what I'm talking about. That's a route. Let him run routes. But Patrick, you can't be leaving pockets like this, my guy. If you stay in the pocket right here, it's going to be wide open. Maybe not as wide open because the safety is only running down here because Patrick Mahomes is running out to his right. But again, we're going to see the pocket here, and you can't leave pockets like this. Just can't do it. So there's a lot that has to happen, I think, for the Chiefs. I still think this is probably their best team in years, and it has a great chance to be one of the best teams that they've ever had. Josh Simmons comes back. We know that. And we also understand, right, that Patrick Mahomes has had a really great year of not getting pressured a ton. So this was the first game really since the beginning of the year where he was pressured a ton. He reacted poorly to it. It's unfortunate. He's not going to have all these games all the time. So protection is going to get better. The offensive line is going to get better. And I think that the receivers are good. So the execution in the run game, we'll see how that keeps going. But you guys saw how they can continue to work the run game, how they can be good and efficient and effective in that short yardage, in the getting 6-7 yards at a time, which they did a really good job of doing as well. But overall, I think that this game is another one of those where are we at situations. The Chiefs offense is there to be had. They should still be putting up 28 plus points a game, and they probably should have done that again in this football game. It was there. The problem was that Patrick didn't feel comfortable with the tackles, as we all know. But the Bills had a good game plan. So hats off to them. They just didn't run the ball enough. So I want to see what that looks like going forward because there is a lot of talent here. And this, again, I believe this has the chance to be one of the best Chiefs teams that we've seen in the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, regardless of how you slice it. So hopefully after the bye week, we see that come to fruition and they can get back on the horse of the win. After that week 9 bye. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown, a little bit more of the run game. We're going to talk a little bit more next week about some of the adjustments that I think I want to see going forward. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that sub button right now because we are continuing to bring you guys content every single week. We have great stuff coming for you. We're not going to have a game plan for you because the Chiefs have a bye this week. So maybe we'll have something related more to Josh Simmons, what his process is going to look like going into the bye. And then we'll have more content for you guys next week as well. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.